も
フェイ・イブラ
Excuse.
Okay, so before I continue, I think I should at least say, um, today's the 8th. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to finish Gravity Rush 2 before the 12th. Simply because of work and other activities. And I know by the time May 12th comes, the only thing I'll want to play is Capcom vs. SNK 2. Or should I say Marvel, or should I say Capcom Fighting Collection 2. So I'm going to try the best as I can to see today, tomorrow, and well, probably not today, tomorrow. Yeah, well, today, tomorrow, and maybe the day after in order to do so. I probably won't be able to do it on weekends because I have to do double work on weekends. But hopefully by Monday. But today and tomorrow I should be able to do 2 hours. 2 hours today, 2 hours tomorrow. And then by Monday I should be able to do, because 8, tomorrow is the 9th, which is Friday. Saturday is the 10th. Sunday is the 11th. Monday is the 12th. So this is an 8 hours, 8 to 10 hour game based on the story itself. So hopefully by Monday, if not Tuesday, I should be finished with this. So I might have to play for about a full 4 to 5 hours on a Monday of just Gravity Rush 2 to finish this off. If I'm following the main story. I think there might be 10 episodes in all. So the one point I would take away from the game is that when it comes to these like drawn cutscenes, they reuse a lot of the same facial expressions with regards to certain behaviors and patterns, which seems it doesn't emulate sometimes the text for the words that are used. So sometimes she feels anxious or scared or certain things. Some of them don't add up. Those who follow the teaching of the tablet gain great fortune or something like that. But yet she looks worried. So I guess by her saying this she looks worried, but you can't really tell for sure. So I'll take a 1 point away from the game. If I hadn't stated what my points are for the game before, like I did for Assassin's Creed, for Gravity Rush, I think I was at a 7 when I last left. If not, yeah, I believe I was at a 7, and then I gave it a couple more points after that. So I'm anywhere from about 7.5 now to about 7.6. I believe I knocked it up to about 8 in the last video. I got it up to about 8, from 7.6 to about 8 in the last video. If not, from the time period from that video to this video, I would say it's in the 8 categories right now. So, from everything I've seen so far. So if I'm gonna knock it down from 1 point from that 8 category, um, it'll probably be like 7.9 right now. I'll have to go back to the first video and see if I give it extra points past the 8th category. But I believe right now, based on everything, early game, I still say it's like in the 8th category. It's its own thing. As a standard, it's an 8 game so far in total. But due to the fact that the drawn cutscenes sometimes emulate the things not associated with the behavior of the game, I would say it's about 7.9. This, from where I'm standing right now, from chapter 3 moving forward, if I wasn't myself, the game would probably be at a 7 rather than at an 8 that I have it right now. Would I just drop it down to 7.9? So if I felt kind of awkward about the game, or if certain things I didn't like, it would probably be like around 7 right now, and then I would drop it down to like 6.9 due to this. But for right now, everything is going fine. I would say even before I finish this game, I already know this game is in the 8 category. But if I'm starting from a point of view of assessing a game from a negative, and even not from a negative, from a more realistic point of view, not from a I like the game point of view, it will probably be at a 7 where it is right now, and then I'll drop it down to like 6.9 due to what I just saw. So for myself, it's a 7.9, but not for myself, it will be a 6.9 right now. From everything, from what I said from the past videos, to the atmosphere, to the artwork, to shadow shades and color. Sometimes I was talking a lot yesterday, but I did consider rollovers and other things in the game that I didn't consider, like how they use like the smoke and how they use the shading with regards to colors and the different vegetations in the world. And of course the etchings on clothing and stuff, so it's not just about style of clothing but the method of clothing, and of course the style of artwork for the characters, not that how the characters are drawn, but the style of the art itself in the game itself as a total. So all those things add up to about a 7 for me, or 8 if I was like a die-hard fan. But then today I thought about it while I was playing the game today, and yesterday it was like certain images within the comic kind of repeat themselves, which is not that good. Yeah, see, this is very bad. Every time there's a scene, for certain cutscenes, they use the same image over and over and over again. So I really should take 2 points off for that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take another point off of that, because it's like they limited the drawing aspects in the game. It's not like they put a heavy emphasis into the 3D and motion capture and stuff. It was just certain things were 3D and the rest were comic. So they didn't invest a lot in the comic section, which is kind of weird. So, you know, you would think if they were going full 3D, they would, you know, it would make sense that certain things would look good, but they cut back on 3D and put comic, but they didn't put enough time into the comic either. So I was saying, nah, something doesn't smell right about that. So I'm dropping it to another point. So I'm at 6.8 with regards to the game, or from a fan point of view, it would be 7.8.
謝じゃん。
Okay, so this is before Control was made. So you could use gravity in order to, well, in Control it's about telekinesis and using telekinetic powers. Hmm. Or using telepathy to use telekinesis in order to move objects. That sounds about right. Hold to charge. Yeah, this character is pretty awesome. She got a lot of interesting movesets. Mm, the whole beginning of the first 25% of the game, I could tell, is from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 3. It's just telling you how to use her powers. I believe by the time you get to, say, chapter 4 and chapter 5, it's just probably free roam. Maybe at chapter 5 it's free roam. But I like the way it's telling you what you, at the first 25% of the game, what you're supposed to be doing, so. Or maybe they only give you the tutorial when you get new powers. So as the more shards you get, the more you can buy new powers, and then they give you the tutorial, because they can't teach you how to do something if you haven't acquired it. So it's an interesting way to do a game. It doesn't subtract from it, it's just unique in its own way. It's a bit of a challenge, especially when it comes to racing and stuff, but it's not extremely difficult. I'm very interesting to do the combos by pressing triangle when to initiate it, but you can only do that special powers once the indicator blinks to use the special powers, then you press triangle. Otherwise you can't use it. So I was at a 6.9, but I'm now, after doing all the challenges, I would say each challenge is a point, because each challenge that represents a point represent a new ability I've gained as part of my action points, not action points, but part of my basically moveset. So each new challenge I'm given shows how to do a specific move that I didn't know before. So I have various movesets, so I'll give a point for each moveset, because it's not just about moving and jumping through the air and using gravity powers, but there are ways to, there are different things that don't have to do with gravity, like sliding is not really something that has to do with gravity. It's just something the character can do, and then she can manipulate gravity while she's sliding. So sliding is a mechanic that's in the game. Also, chain combos is a mechanic. It doesn't really have to do with gravity. It has to do with combo multiplier, or combos in conjunction to each other. Because you could jump and you could spearhead with her feet straight into an opponent while using gravity, but you can't say chain is actually part of doing that, unless it is part of doing that, but it isn't. Like her jumping and then kicking an enemy using gravity doesn't necessarily mean you'll combo. You'll have to know how to do the combo separate from how to kick an enemy using gravity. So that's something else too. And I believe there is something associated with gravity, however. It's levitating objects, so that's part of it too, which is part of her moveset. She couldn't do that before. So there's several things. There's levitating objects, there's sliding, there's comboing enemies, there's a special power, and there was something else I was supposed to do. I forgot, but so far I'll give it like 3 points for the different challenges to unlock certain abilities. So 3 points. I'm having fun right now. It's very interesting. Definitely giving it 1 extra point for sliding, because that's not part of gravity. It's just sliding. And definitely giving another point with regards to throwing objects when I run out. Like say if I run out of energy, but I just have a little bit amount, I could throw objects instead of using a vast amount of energy for charge kicking enemies. So definitely giving it like 3 points. So 6.9 to 7, 7, I would say about 7, yeah, 7.1. I say 7.1 for myself. But if I'm back as, like say if I'm a real diehard Gravity Rush fan, which I am, but I keep my personal interests away from my uh, objective assessment. So I would say, for me personally, what I like is it would be a 8.1. Critiquing it, I would say it's a 7.1 so far. I dropped it a few points in that previous video, but I'm now within the 8 category for myself, and probably a 7.1 for the game. So I'm gonna keep playing for about maybe another hour and see where the game goes from there. Actually, maybe another 30 minutes, 30 or 40 minutes, and see where the game goes from there. It was around 12 o'clock. I'm gonna see if I could hop on Warframe and do my own thing. Like reality and doing your job and stuff, those things takes priority. So if I'm not able to finish Gravity Rush by May 12th, then I definitely will be able to finish it by the end of May. Because as much as I know I'm going to be playing Capcom Fighting Collection 2, I know it's not every single day I'm going to be playing that. There are going to be at least 1 or 2 days where I'll come back to Gravity Rush 2. So I know by May it's going to be finished. Maybe not Assassin's Creed. Yeah, maybe not the Assassin's Creed one. My first talisman. Okay. All right. Yeah, so the Assassin's Creed one might be delayed all the way into June. Because if I'm thinking from the point of view of work and more work and when I can game, of course I'm playing Warframe on the regular, so it truly is between Warframe and when I could play other games, because I can't like play other games and ignore Warframe because I lead that clan. So I have to at least play Warframe like 3 times in a week, or at least 3 times, per every 2 hours in a week. So yeah. As the minimum, I think I could play Warframe now, between work, studying, gaming, working out, and doing art. Between doing my art, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, between doing my art, which takes priority because it's part of my career, and between work, and between working out, and between studying, because studying and art are 2 different things. Yeah, the only time I would have to do anything like extracurricular activities, play a game or go to movies or a restaurant, would probably a very minimum. So I could probably only play Warframe like 3 times out of a week, and probably Gravity Rush 2 like twice a week. Alright, so equip talisman. Okay, so I'll give the game another point for this. These things were blocked off before when I was first starting the game. The first chapter and some in the second chapter. But eventually talismans open up during the third chapter, so there are power-ups and then there's talismans. So I will give the game another point for having talisman and the use of talismans. So talismans are kind of like um, modifiers like Warframe, or if not modifiers, exactly what they are in D&D lore and stuff like that. Talisman in order to boost your power or to protect you. Simply, sometimes I believe talisman belts and rings were made for defense purposes. So this one might be a ring, and this one could be like a hat or a gauntlet or something. So yeah, talismans. Maybe you have three talismans. Maybe you should wear talismans and only talisman, no rings. But talismans are typically meant for either boosting powers or defending against attacks. And armor and swords and stuff come in a separate entity itself. But it seems like in this game there's no armor. You have your gravity power, and then you have power up. And armor comes in the form of the gravity itself. Powering up the gravity is giving you armor in order to defend yourself. So, because you have here, you have fighting skills. So you're able to increase your fighting skills. And here, you'll be able to increase the kick of gravity. So increasing your fighting skills, be able to hit things harder, and increasing your gravity kick in order to slam things harder. So your gravity becomes more condensed. So the more you've put energy into these different gravity abilities, or use of gravity, or use of your abilities in association with gravity, the stronger the gravity becomes. So it's not like you need armor or sword. It's all there within the gravity. Such as special attacks or like special power attacks from your sword if you had a sword, but it's from gravity. And evasion, like if you have light armor on, you'll be able to increase your light armor. But in this case, gravity. So everything with regards to light armor and swords and special moves and special attacks are all associated with gravity, or in the power-up section. And everything with regards to protection, I believe, might fall into the talisman sections. Life protection, maybe energy increase, and also um, probably stamina regeneration or something like that. So yeah, it's all right here. The same you find in other games, you find in this game as well. So I'll quick save just in case I forget. And yeah, so I quick save, and it took me out of the quick save menu. Now I could play the game and continue the game. Okay, I'll increase the... I would love to do side missions. I believe the main mission is more important for the purpose of the story. I also like to power up, if I can, my abilities and my kicks. If I... Number of things you can hold. I think that's less important than kicks. Add more dodge attacks, or a number of times you can dodge in a row. Okay, so special attack time counters increase. Okay, so these two are important at the moment. I just can't believe just to increase your character's ability, you have to spend almost 500. This one requires 700. This one requires 300.
For Ose, the Banga. Sava fish?
Quattro?
Brera, Zeruga Paralau. Dufe, Prague. Shamone Lao, Dusa. Sveve Yakui, Velite.
라즈.
Wow, hola, Leila.
Where? Did?
Mopras! 놓아주세!
Bogo. Huh?
Fei... Ibra?
レーザー。
Oh, yeah. Oh,
おおん
ラフ。キャット。
おうドゥドゥやドゥッセディラリーナメッテ
ジュセキャッジューム
ロキはあダメだよドゥッセディラリーナメッテ ドゥセディラリーナメイテ
ラッシュドゥアジュラバイガキャットドゥブレリージュラオロ
Killer seance.
I have a feeling that it was always intended for these people to win. Because it doesn't make sense for him to be that fast, especially if I have gravity powers. The fact that I beat him the first time probably means, yeah, it's more than likely that he would probably have to challenge him a third time, which he would move 3 times faster, or at least have the objects closer to the guy. So I have a feeling I was intended to lose anyway. Not sure, but it seems that way.
Ave, c'est votre.
Because it didn't make me repeat it a third time. I could be wrong, but it does seem that way.
Buolokko?
Keba.
Lausch. Cat. Sui.
Dusty!
Okay, so it was a good idea that I increased my physical attack power, because there'll be circumstances where you can't use gravity.
Tu see. Eju. Seiya, Aju. Oh, Agura! Oh no!
Yeah, this is why I'm thinking the last competition was rigged, because this one was very easy. So the last one was probably a rigged thing. I could be wrong, but it seems that way. Who knows?
Moed Shishmore. Bogo tire. Avi, Josette. Bogo. Foes.
Fez Vibogo. Judureiz. Eshalau Ladu. Shijula Nuen.
Onsen Uma!
Blanco.
Mm-hmm.
Yatto. Pessoa.
Belto.
Hmm?
Uju?
Olivera! Ogore! Shushui! 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 Shushui!
Okay, so that was the end of chapter 1.
Kiao.
There's various missions that were part of chapter 1. I believe there's a total of four missions,
Labihu?
or maybe just 3 missions. It was 3 missions and then a little cutscene. So for each chapter there's probably 3 missions.
Mm-hmm.
Shushui.
Oh, Ebibu!
Ah, so there's a in-game reward for different challenges you do from, I guess, from the developers themselves. If they like it, you get points, or maybe not even from developers. If you reach a certain style level, you get rewards. Market pace. Alright, so I think it's best that my photo mode is up. Okay. Okay, so I'll give it another point for photo mode. I should really take off gravity, because every time I move my controller left and right, the screen moves. I kind of like it because it's associated with gravity, the movement of your hands. But I should take it off the next time I play. But the game has a photo mode as well as challenge modes. So and photo's pretty. I didn't think the game was going to have a photo mode because it's a pretty old game, but it does, and challenge mode too. So I'll give it 2 points for having both of those in the game. It's very interesting. Okay, so I'll get more into using the camera as I play the next time. Down is for different gestures greeting people. So he has gestures too. He has challenge, it has gestures, it has photo mode. So 7.2, 7.3, 7.4. So I'm, from a critique point of view, I'm at a 7.4 with regards to the game. Like, really critique. So 7.4, I would say, now that I know there's also a marketplace where I can buy goods and stuff, then I'm pretty sure there were going to be marketplace at previous the Banga settlement, but apparently you could explore as well the world and go to different settlements to buy different equipment and research and so on and so forth. That pretty much figured in an open world game that would be present here as well. And I did mention use of the map, and different indicator. I don't think I gave it points for separating side missions from main missions and objective missions or you know, contract missions. So the game does a good thing of identify which one is which. Like, this is side missions, main missions are one yellow, and these are like activities you could, or information you could do on the side for, I guess, activities. So there are different shapes and everything, so I'll give it a point for that. So I'm at a 7.5 for the game. So, you know, if you were to do this from the point of view of, you know, grading in school or in college or something, you know, it would be like at a C plus right now, or you know, or maybe like a B minus or something like that. But I would say the game is at a 3 for me right now, or slightly below a 3. So 5 out of 5 game. This is not. And then there's 10 out of 10. So I guess from movie point side of things, a 5 out of 5 would be the best of the best. But in gaming, it's 10 out of 10. I guess in movies as well, it could be 10 out of 10. It depends on the meter of how high you go. Like, some people do 5 out of 5, and some people do 10 out of 10. So in a meter of 10 out of 10, it's already in the 7s. So that's already a good thing. Or an 8 if you're a fan. So that's already a good thing. I don't think this game will ever be in the 9s category. I can't see it being in the 9s category. It has to be something very specific for it to be in the 9s category. Like extremely difficult boss battles or very unique and complex capability. I don't see this game being that complex. So I believe where I have it right now as a 7.5 to about an 8.5, like anywhere between 7.5 and 8.5. I believe that's the crescendo. That's the mean point. That's the middle ground. So between 7.5 to 8.5, the ratio of both of them, it would probably be at an 8 right now, where I am right now at chapter 2. And this is just chapter 2, so maybe I'm giving it way too much points that it deserved, and it actually should be at a 7.5. But even if it shouldn't be in the 8s at all, it should be at a 7.5. It really doesn't matter. Before the game is over, it's obviously going to be in the 8s. You know, even if I was giving it even too much points, I already have it too high in the 7.5. Let's say it was not a 7.5. It was a 6.5. It still doesn't matter. Minimum, I believe this game might have before I close it out and the story's over and I stop playing the game. The bare minimum I could see, if you were to drop things in points, would be at a 7.5 at minimum. which means this game would pass no matter how you cut it. But I know that's not the case. I know for where I am right now, this game is already in the 7s. So by the time I get to like chapter 10 or something, the game would definitely be in the 8s. So it all depends on what's going on. Like, I know certain things repeat themselves, like regards to comics and certain cutscenes, and there's not a real good difficulty with regards to the game. Like, if I was to say there's not really that much of a great deal of difficulty, I can't really take any points away from the game for that, because certain things are difficult, but it's not super difficult because it's not intended for die-hard players. It's intended for general audience players. So I'm not going to take points away from difficulty because it's not meant for just adults or teenagers. It's meant for anyone of any age to play it. So you can't have little kids play this game and then put it away because it's too difficult. You have to somehow make certain things easy and certain things hard. That's why that challenge where I was racing with that guy in order to knock down dummies, I think that was meant for more people who are more mature and accurate in regards to tagging and logging things down. But maybe the fight scene between me and the guy were meant for, like, say, okay, the game says, so you failed this, we're going to give you another chance. Let's say if it was a kid playing it, or someone who's terrible at, even adults, it's like terrible at playing games. Okay, we're going to throw you into a ring where you have to fight this guy. So the game is very lenient, but sometimes it escalates to difficult levels, like racing against the clock before the floor level kicks in, so you have to knock down all the little orbs, otherwise the fog kills you or takes you out, and then you have to redo it all over, the challenge all over again. So the game does have a level of challenge to it. So if anyone say, oh, this game doesn't have a level of challenge to it, there's a level of challenge to it. You just have to understand and get used to it. So it's not meant completely for kids. It's meant for kids and for adults, and there's a balance between both of those, which is right in the middle. So I say this game is good for what it is. So I won't dock it points for its difficulty, because then you're saying only certain type of people of certain ages can play the game. And yeah, there are some kids that do nothing but play games, and they could kick ass in like Mario Kart and stuff and beat a lot of adults. And they would think a game like this is easy, because those kids are called people who play nothing but games all day. Like, this game was made for the general audience and everyone. People don't play games all day. Games that have a specific release and a specific tag on them. You know, just like movies. Movies have PG-13, so on, rated R, so on and so forth. And then games have PEGI 16, and then it says, you know, 18 and over. You know, this game is meant for all audiences. It's not meant for 18 and over. So once a game is tagged for, you know, it's not for mature audiences, it's for everyone, then you have to see from that point of view. You can't say it's not difficult, because if it's not difficult, then it would have been for more mature audiences, you know. So I hate people who always don't understand that and says, nah, I prefer a game will have difficulty. But like, of course you are. You're a freaking adult beyond the age of 18 or 19 years old. Because once you get past the 18, once you get past 19, and you're in 20, 21 year of territory, you don't have the right to say that this is not difficult and everything, because you're already a freaking adult. If you could buy a car and drive a car, you're no longer in the realm of saying this isn't, you know, this isn't good anymore, or this isn't difficult. You no longer have that right to say this isn't good and this is difficult for, you know, the tag of what the game is on the box, because you're saying it from a point of view of an adult. You're not saying it from a point of view of a kid. You're not saying it from a point of view of a teenager. You're saying it from the point of view of adult, and you're not saying it also from the point of view of an old person. So there are 4 types of people that exist in this world who play games: kids, teenagers, adults, and old people. Now adults fall into category of 20, 30, 40-year old. And once you pass the age, and 50-year-olds. 20, 30, 40, 50-year-olds. So once you pass 50 and you're 60, you're 60, 70, 80, 90, you're considered an old person. 60, 70, 80, 90. In fact, a lot of 60-year-olds don't consider themselves an old person. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 are adults. And anyone 70 and above consider a very old person. I know this because there's a lot of freaking actors in Hollywood, Hugh Jackman, Robert Downey Jr., who are still in their 60s and are still lifting weights and are still running and still doing action films. So you're not really an old person until you get to your 70s and 80s and stuff. And hell, even in your 70s, you could probably still do it. So you're not really old until you're 80 and 90. So adults, the extension of an adult fall from 21 all the way up to your 70s. So the game is meant for kids, the game is meant for teenagers, the game is meant for adults, and when you get to your 80s and 70s and 80s, 90s, it's meant for them too, because they can obviously play this game. It's not that difficult a game, but it does have difficult challenges. So where I am right now with regards to the game is a 7.5, and I'll keep it at that. And for my personal desire with regards to this game, because I love it, it would be at 8.5, but realistically I believe it's a 7.5. So I'll stop right now and I get off because I have other things I have to do, such as playing Warframe.